come back. Oh,
They won.
so that
Kudos to ndị Ọnịcha. Kudos
all
to
the
Biafrans in
nyama we
Biafra land.
collected from being
You are
when
doing
we were
great.
in Nigeria,
More fire, more wood.
we will go to
Trump is
school and our
watching.
government,
Trump is watching. Trump
lessons
is
will be,
seeing what is
we will
going on.
remove all the
Don't
nyama
worry.
we have
Help is on the
collected,
way.
our
Don't worry.
mentality. Let me
Kudos.
give you an example.
Kudos to all of you.
Example is, whenever it's easily to see a Biafran that will want to do something, immediately he's looking for indirect or directly for a position in anything that has to do with government. Like this, for example, Brigi government. You see what Ngozi Arabufulani did and gang, and even all the people that supported her, because they were looking for one position or the other. That mentality, you're always looking to lead others, to rule others, to lead. Meanwhile, they'll still tell you, they come around and still tell you that Igbos na were leaders, na were Eze. But meanwhile, every other person in the Igbo land wants to be Eze on another person's this thing. You understand? So that kind of nyama nyama, that kind of mentality, you will find it in emerging sovereign Biafran nation. We don't want to see it. You know? Guys, I'm coming. I want to try to bring somebody up. Is this,
Keep the momentum coming. We are
is this
winning.
our,
We are winning. We are winning. We are
let's
winning.
see.
Trump is watching. Israel is watching. Just keep the momentum going. Don't lose guard. Nwanne, ndị
Man
ọdịda
next, you
jisiri
have the
ike
mic.
ndị niile ndị ọzọ ka a na-ajụ
You're
n'ume
welcome.
maka na ọha nwa bidoro ihe
And
nke
next,
ikpeazụ a. So opportunity unu ya eji wee nwere onwe unu kịta gwa unu
go on.
nwere onwe. Freedom
Yeah,
is
they
what
won
we
on.
want. Nothing more, nothing less. Obituary.
Yeah, so thanks.
Thank you for sharing.
Sister
Thank you
Stella.
for joining. Happy
When
New
you
Year
were
if you are
speaking
seeing me for the
about
first time. Adabia
Nyama
from
Nyama,
Chicago, love you. We move.
from some of our brothers and sisters, I kind of looked at the topic and then it it touched me because when you what the topic.
We can hear you, Manet.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, what I was saying
Can you
is
hear?
when we look
Can
at
you hear them?
they struggle over
Are you
time,
hearing them now?
right from let me start with Owazrike and then see what he passed through and then look at what MNK passed through and
opening from
look and assess what our former prime minister passed through as well and what is actually happening now, like not everybody understand what struggle really is, because I remember clearly when we asked MNK how we want to march. He said like no Hubede up to I think about 10 people. Now I will have 100 people will march. So and when you look around, you see thousands of people as in we are in numbers. I didn't understand what that thing meant until when MNK was kidnapped. And then I saw the people surrounding MNK, how they pull everything down, to bare minimum, almost to zero. Then I realized like many people calling for this Biafra do not even have an idea what the Biafra would look like or what the sovereignty of Biafra will actually look like, because we are beclouded by the mentality of Nigeria. Most of them want is to arrogate power and then pack money. And they still have this mentality coming down to Biafra, thinking like it will be the same. I think 1 million mentioned this earlier. This will be a nation based on the rule of law. In our side, how we normally express is akamanne anyatara, yamanna anyatara. So whoever actually commits, no matter the kind of atrocity, any evil you commit, you must, everybody's under the law, right? You go down for it. So what it means, in a nutshell, say for instance, our people, when we are, if we are in Nigeria, we behave the way we want. Say for instance, nobody respects the traffic laws, nobody respects the law of the land. However, if the same person, if they manage to go over to like in the UK or America, they behave, even the politicians, once they get down to Nigeria, you see siren everywhere, everybody reverence them, they see themselves as the law of the land. However, when they come down to, this side of the world, you see them carrying their bag. Nobody's even, notice who they are. You see them in the train, they behave like any other person. That's exactly because the law here works, The law here does not permit anyone with a private, staring all around, because they have made the law no matter who you are. Sometimes you see, as in back in UK here, during time of emergency, you see him riding to his parliament with bicycle. That even though we are not looking to do that, we do even more. We do better. We are aiming to have a Biafra where everybody will be under the law and equal. You're not gonna have a prime minister or maybe people in the cabinet, eating fat. Usually we use these analogy, champagne glasses for few, and then deny the general public drinking water. We rather have drinking water for all and then deny champagne glasses for few. So we are looking to achieve a nation where everybody will be equal. And when you commit anything, you go down for it, no matter who's who is involved. So in a way, how I started this, most people come to this Biafran struggle trying to get into power and then put themselves there. Please, if you have that mentality, drop it down. We are not taking anything from Nigeria. We are not trying to have any inclination to Nigeria into the Biafran sovereign nation, because our nation will be a place where we have equal opportunity. The smartest actually, goes to the highest, not where you have quota system. You see, like people from the southern part of Nigeria, especially the southeast, you see people from having up to 180, 200, 300 even. Sometimes they might even get admission or the choice of course they want to do. However, you see someone from Zafra or Gombe, having 2 or 3, they have, they're admitted into the university. After 4 years, they come out to rule the people that have the best brain. This never, something that we are looking to have in Biafra. I remember then, during the time of MNK, some people will say like, "Oh, I touch on these people are there," and then they'll now push us on the side and then, take over. Nobody's taking over from anyone. We all sacrifice this to have a Biafran nation. However, this will be the merit. I understand, like, everybody put a lot. Some people lay down their life, but it's not like when Biafra comes to push you aside. However, if you lay the ground very well, we leave it better for our future generation, not just because of we got Biafra, even though we are not competent, we want to, stay in power or control others. No, it's not a Biafra we are looking for. We are looking for a place that actually give opportunity for everyone, and then have everyone operate on the, on a pedestal that's actually distributive to everyone. I remember I saw a clip last week. A little girl, maybe about 3 or 4. The mom was asking her, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And the little girl said, "I'm gonna be a policeman." Just like a little girl, but it says, "I'm gonna be a policeman." And then the mom asks her, "Why do you want to be a policeman?" So I want to block I want to block roads and then collect money from KK people. In all honesty, that's what her picture of being a policeman is. You know, she doesn't even understand the implication of what she's saying. And She doesn't know like the Nigeria in general, they don't know the gravity of the picture they are painting for their new generation. Because in her words, someone of 3 or 4, that's what she says. Probably the mom takes her to church or school. Every time their keke will stop, the policeman will take money from them. And she'll be looking at this, thinking like this is the right thing to do. Even though it becomes like a norm or a culture back then, sometimes if you are in a car and the police stops the driver and the driver has their paper and they don't want to give this money, even the passengers themselves will be shouting at the driver, please give him money so that we can go. Aroba for ya woman. So in Nigeria, this is the kind of mentality they have. Nobody says the right thing, nobody sees the right picture, nobody, even if you say something right, people will come against you. That's how bad. However, in Biafran nation, all this evil, all this mentality must be dropped. All these atrocities from Nigeria must be brought down, So if you're coming to Biafra Nation supporting the Biafra, please drop this one side, because I have seen this happen to the head. That's why I mentioned like Owazirike when he was captured. Before you know it, Nigerian system managed somehow to convert or thwart the minds of the people supporting him. Before he knows it, he was alone. They even carried his supreme leader, the next in command or the next in line, to the prison. Say everybody have converted. You better just follow us, or you remain in jail and rot in jail. And he has no option than to convert. These people struggling with this struggle with Nigerian mindset. And if you check the same thing, it happened within MNK, on the cabinet. We have DOS. I say, oh, this year DOS, they're wise and all those stuff. And you have seen where their wiseness led us. After MNK was kidnapped, everything was run down to zero again. And these are people that we looked up to. These are people that we thought like they will lead us to the next level. They were actually infiltrated by Nigerian system again, and we get down to where we are as of today. And where we need to take an example is from MAK. It's just like if you want kill me, Biafra or nothing. And that's the mindset everybody needs to have. Even if you want to take him to hell, he doesn't mind. If he's not Biafra, he's not going anywhere and he's not changing his mind. However, people that surround him, if you give anybody mention oil, well, money, they'll be telling another story. After Eminka thought like the people surrounding the struggle, we actually genuine, because the way former PM was branding this was saying like, the Biafran that we have right now, the kind of people that come around, everybody, we are not paying anybody, everybody came genuinely, and we believe this, not knowing like Orabu Fulanese, they have infiltrated and they're waiting for the slightest chance to take up wherever they left from, And after Rabu Fulani, I thought like, okay, now we've sanitized the house, right? All of a sudden, you see accountability group, the second chance. Till tomorrow, they are still there. So if you're having this mentality and you're in this government or you're still around, my brother, please drop it, because if you're here, rethink. The Biafran that we are looking for, or the nation that we are looking to achieve, is where everybody will be equal. Even if you're a government cabinet, even if you're the prime minister, you will be treated equally. You will go to work either with your bike or your leg. Nobody, your pay, you even get the least pay. All your call is call to service, not call to, extort money or embezzle funds. What we are looking for is a way that will be, nice for the future generation to enjoy the kind of life we're expressing in the West. So all I'm saying is, in a nutshell, remove Nigerian mentality, because it will never fly in Biafran nation, because we're gonna have something way too different. If we picture what MNK was when he was asked how Biafra will look like, he kind of gave a picture, the kind of structure, the kind of frame, and the mindset we need to get. So take that mindset from him, Biafra or nothing. Take the idea of how Biafra will look like with what we have on the urban system that we actually have in our document, and then follow suit. If you the best way to approach, if you're not looking for any position, all you need is Biafra or nothing. At least that will go a long way. But if you're here to say, oh, let me be on the cabinet, or let me be on the, on the head, or maybe let me be one of the reps, so that at the end of the day, when this thing actually actualizes, I'll be able to get power, then you're falling already. If you really want to be in power, or if you want to support genuinely, you're beginning them here so that we get out from Nigeria. Because if you look at that placement, there's no headway. Almost all the about. I'm so surprised, like at the moment, if some Biafrans will open their mouth to support one Nigeria. Sometimes, like, it's so sad and so annoying looking at what comes out from these people's mind.
And Manes, even at this point in time, a lot of Biafrans do not still understand P2B.
That's the worst thing. As in, that man is the
Shocking.
worst thing that happened to the to the Igbo race. That man, and I see him as an opportunist, just like MNK is behind bar, and then he wants to ride on that platform. But remember, our Biafran people, believe me, the Biafran people know who P2B is. It's just like Achochaiba and Achekwasaka now, Edowe and Iberi. They seem to have no option. That's why sometimes he will come in like a chameleon and then swear people's mind because there is no other person there. And the one Nigerian is they will fuel this and then propagate him as in this is one of the highest or the best they can get.